GameOfBricks.eu generated over $19K in revenue with his dropshipping business in the last 30 days. That comes down to over $5,000 in the last 7 days. If you do the math, that's a little over $700 every day in revenue. There's a lot of different talk about how dropshipping is too competitive or not lucrative or profitable. And that's far from the truth. And in this video, I'm going to show you it's a real deal. The actual successful sellers like GameOfBricks.eu who are making it and how they are doing it. I'm going to show you how to build an entire dropshipping business, and I'll show you everything you need to know. So by the end of this video, all you'll have to do is follow the steps. This guide will help you succeed in the eBay dropshipping game because it is absolutely possible and proven. And this seller is not just one case of success. Look at STT1312 and this other one called Evergreen Online, both of them making over 10K in the past month, which is around $150 per day in revenue. So it is possible. Let's now jump into my screen and see how we can replicate what these sellers are doing because it's clearly working. These sellers are generating multiple figures every single month. So keep that in mind when you start building your dropshipping business. These are not the only sellers making over 10K a month. There are many more out there. So this strategy definitely seems to be working, and now it's time to apply this verified strategy. So keep the goal of making $150 in one day in mind. Let's dive into it. First things first, you must come up with a store name. So the name of your store. If you happen to struggle a bit in this area, you can always ask ChatGPT for help. Here's an example. Hello, I'm opening up a general online store. I need 10 name ideas for it. There you go. Once you have selected a name of your store, whether on your own or with ChatGPT, now it's time to create an email address with that store name. So our next step is when coming up with a name, creating a Gmail account. So an email account with your store name. So what you're going to do is jump into gmail.com with your selected store name and then follow the steps to create an account. It's pretty simple, self-explanatory, a couple of these personal questions, name, what name you're going to select, and so on. And this will all tie in when we go to our next and most important step, which is creating an eBay account. If you guys haven't created an eBay account yet, don't worry, it's super simple and fast. So what you're going to do is jump into ebay.com, select register. From here, of course, you're going to fill out your information just like you would with your Gmail account. And you will be using your Gmail account that you have created. And you're going to follow the easy steps. You're going to provide your name, your address, other personal information, and you should be set. It's pretty simple, just a couple steps, and you are good to go. Now, it's important to make an eBay account look like a real store. And an easy fix for that is putting up a banner with your store name or logo on it. You can create something like this in Canva. Now that you have your store set up, this is where the product research comes in. I mean, what are you going to sell? You have to research it. And when searching for a product, it's important to remember the criteria. And that is we are looking for products with 4 to 5 sales in the last 14 days and no more than 15 competitors. We don't want more than 15 people selling the same product that we find because that's a lot of competition against us. And if you are analyzing a competitor and you do not find products with this criteria, you can also try 2 sales in the last 7 days. Now, when we know what we are looking for, we can find competitors and look for winning products. So now I'm going to show you exactly how you can do that because it's honestly pretty simple and it comes with benefits. And those benefits include not having to think if the product will sell or not. You have the numbers to back it up. We want to make sure that the products we find are getting sales. This way we know that our research will pay off in the end. So again, when picking a good winning product, you have to be on the search for products with 4 to 5 sales in the last 14 days and no more than 15 competitors. Please keep that in mind. That is why I am repeating it. If you are analyzing a specific competitor that cannot meet this criteria, then you may try 2 sales in the last 7 days. Now, when we know what we are looking for, we can find competitors and look for winning products. And the best way to do that is by using market insights. So here we will first set our seller settings on the desired supplier. So here in Zeek, you're going to select your settings as selling on eBay.com. You're a dropshipper and sourcing from AliExpress for this example. And now once you have all of that, we're going to go over to the right to the trending dropshippers. This is where our search begins in finding a great seller with great products. So once we analyze each seller separately, and you can do that just by clicking on here, and then we find a product. So we're gonna go through each and we're gonna find a good product with a good profit margin. We can save the product directly to our folders in Zeek. And this is how you're going to do that. It's pretty simple. It's important we save products with good profit margins. And a profit margin is the difference between the price of the item with the supplier and the price of the item sold on eBay. In other words, the total profit you make. Now, let me show you how you can find not just competitors, but products directly from the Market Insights page from the trending products. This is a great tool for someone who is just getting started because you are able to take these items and list them to your store as is. And once you come across a few items that you like, you have the option to save them here. So we can go ahead and save a few products in our folder. You can also give your folder a funky name. Doesn't matter, whatever you like. So let's find some good stats and save a few, such as this product here. And then let's scroll down a bit more and we found this one. This one has a good profit as well. So we can save it. And once we're done saving 5 to 6 products in the same folder, we're on to the next step. After making sure all the criteria of the products match, we can make sure the products we will upload will sell. But before, we have to make sure we use the right titles and optimize our listings. So your titles, images, and item specifics are important. We call that SEO, or in other words, search engine optimization. These factors bring in customers and spike your listings to the top of the search results. In order to increase your click-through rate, which means how many people click on your product when searching for it or something similar on eBay, you need to have the right keywords, the trending keywords in your title. Now, besides your title, it is very important to have good quality photos of the item, whether it be from your supplier with a few edits on your end, or if you're taking photos with a smartphone and good lighting. It is crucial to present your customer with all details in order for you to be a trustworthy seller and continue to gain respect from customers. After all of that is said and done, it's time to move on to the item specifics. This also falls under the SEO and the gaining of customers' trust in you. So of course, the more item specifics you have, the better you look and qualify as a seller. Besides looking good, item specifics also help you when someone is on the search for your item. If you happen to be missing information in your title, the words you provide in your item specifics will help boost you or your item to the top of the SEO, which will in turn increase your click-through rate. So now let's optimize a title of a product we found together and use the Zeek Title Builder tool. All you have to do here is select a couple keywords that describe your product. So like the main keywords of your product, you can type here. And then when you click on search, you will get a list of phrases that you can use in your title just by clicking on them. Make sure you look at each of the stats. This way, you know how many competitors are using the same keywords and how many searches there are for each phrase. And of course, we have the stats for sales. You can also update the title of the product inside the actual folder. Before we jump into a crucial step of the process, please be sure to like this video and comment any questions you may have. Now, after we have the title, we can go ahead and upload the item to eBay and add item specifics and image on the listing tool directly. Now, for all this, you will need a listing tool and repricer. This is important in case of price changes with your supplier. You can avoid losing money on your products. A simple way to streamline the process of the listing is through Zeek integration. You can go into the folder of the items that you saved before, just like this, and then you can check mark them and click upload selected and upload all the products to AutoDS. Now here, depending on how many products you selected, it could take a couple of minutes to a couple of hours for all of those to upload or appear in AutoDS. So you might have to wait a bit. And then once that all happens, you can from here add item specifics and images to your listings. And of course, after this, we jump into the order fulfillment process. The process starts with a customer ordering an item that you have in your store from your supplier. Once you get an order in your eBay store, you go over to your supplier's website and place the order with your customer's address or customer's information. Now, this should be the same process no matter the supplier you choose. If all goes well, you have a satisfied customer and profit, but sometimes we run into returns, and how we handle that on the supplier side, let me explain. So basically what it comes down to is the selling price. And you will decide whether to refund the buyer or actually start a return. Also, it depends on the reason of return. If the buyer changed their mind, they actually need to pay shipping. And if the item arrived damaged or wrong to your customer, it's the seller's, or in other words, your responsibility to replace the items. With this issue, you just go to your supplier on AliExpress for this example, and then you contact with them and you let them know everything that your customer has provided you, all of the information that your customer has provided you regarding the item. And while on the topic, let's touch base on customer service and what it means to provide quality service to your buyers. First, you have to know that without them there is no business or profit. So you must know the importance of customer service and the impact they have on your business and the growth of it. Self-explanatory, right? Well, not for some people. Now, feel free to use our templates for excellent customer service. Also, while on the subject of customer service, it's important for me to mention what to do when you run into a case of out-of-stock items. For this resolution, you should never cancel orders for the reason of an item being out of stock. This will result in defects and will have big impact on your sales. Always choose other options. After going through the process of finding items and listing them, lay a plan on how to scale. First, list the max you can and then call eBay to increase limits. Once the limits have been increased to the maximum of 10, you list 10 every day. After a month, you call eBay again to increase your limits. Once your limits are above 2,000 items, start using automation tools such as the autopilot and turbo scanner. Then you should be setting up listing goals and keep growing the active listings. And once you have a profitable store, set up a new eBay account and expand vertically. Here at Zeek, we're growing our community of sellers every day. And trust me, you don't want to miss out on all the value we can bring to your e-commerce journey. So subscribe to our channel and start learning. Now you have everything you need to start and achieve your goal of making $150 a day. Remember to follow the steps and rely on the criteria and data when you make your decision. And for even more valuable and in-depth information, please join our free Zeek Academy course. Yes, free. And we promise you will not be disappointed. And remember, if you have any questions on any of the steps or details that we just went over, drop them below and we will get back to you.